In the tranquil expanse of the cosmos, where distant galaxies dance and celestial secrets lie dormant, the opening scene unveils a tender moment on the pristine beaches of the alien planet Somaris. Mills, a loving father, accepts a 2-year exploration job to secure funds for his daughter Nevine's medical treatment. As he watches Nevine play on the beach of the alien planet Somaris, he reveals to his wife Alya his decision to take on a longer expedition than usual. The extra money is desperately needed to save Nevine's life, emphasizing the sacrifice Mills is willing to make for his family's well-being. Amidst the tender moment, Mills teaches Nevine how to whistle with her hands, sharing a precious bonding experience. Mills assumes the role of the ship's pilot, responsible for a crew in cryogenic sleep. Their journey takes a disastrous turn when the ship encounters an unexpected meteorite storm. The vessel is bombarded, sustaining severe damage as it begins to disintegrate. Mills, driven by instinct and determination, rushes to the cockpit to send an emergency signal. With a desperate effort, he guides the faltering ship toward the nearest planet, hoping to salvage their precarious situation. As the ship breaks apart, Mills braces himself for impact and loses consciousness. When he awakens, he hears the disheartening confirmation from the ship's computer. They have crash-landed in an unknown location. Mills discovers a painful injury, a piece of metal lodged in his stomach, and must summon the strength to remove it and cauterize the wound. He dons his astronaut suit and ventures outside to survey the wreckage, only to be confronted by a bleak reality. The cryochamber is compromised, and the lifeless bodies of his crew serve as a grim reminder that none of them survived the crash. Left with a dwindling sense of hope, Mills desperately searches for a way to escape, ultimately resorting to the memories of his daughter and the messages she sent to find solace in an otherwise desolate and hostile environment. Mills, in his search for survivors, discovers passenger Koa still alive inside the ship. Without hesitation, he swiftly rescues her and they make their way back to the damaged vessel. Along the journey, Mills notices a significant paw print on the ground, revealing that they have traveled back in time to Earth 65 million years ago, a world teeming with dinosaurs. The revelation adds a new level of danger and urgency to their predicament. Nightfall arrives, and Mills's mind is haunted by vivid dreams of his daughter Nevine, demanding to know his whereabouts. The following morning, fueled by his determination to save his daughter, Mills resolves to escape their prehistoric surroundings. He utilizes the ship's computer to locate the missing half of the vessel, only to be disappointed when the scan fails to locate it. Undeterred, Mills embarks on exploration outside the ship, where he encounters colossal bones, evidence of the immense dangers posed by the prehistoric predators. In an accidental encounter with a hot geyser blast, Mills experiences the unfamiliarity and peril of the ancient environment. Having recovered from the geyser blast, Mills spots a distant glimmer, realizing it is the other half of the ship situated on a faraway mountain. Confirming this with a scan, Mills contemplates the path to take when he is abruptly attacked by a small dinosaur. After a fierce struggle, Mills manages to defeat the creature. However, the commotion attracts attention, and as he investigates, he discovers that Koa has ventured out of the ship. Mills gives chase, and their pursuit ends with an unexpected fall down a ledge, where they stumble upon the lifeless body of a massive dinosaur. As the trees tremble with approaching danger, Mills hastily retrieves Koa and rushes back to the safety of the ship. While tending to Koa's wound from the fall, Mills attempts to explain their situation, but the language barrier proves insurmountable, exacerbated by the ship's malfunctioning translator. To bridge the gap, Mills resorts to visual communication, using red powder on a tablet to depict the mountain with the escape pod, conveying their need to reach that location. Koa, understanding the word family, draws her parents, indicating her desire to reunite with them. To maintain Koa's composure, Mills fabricates a story, assuring her that her family is also present on the mountain. Amid their efforts, Mills sends out another SOS message, informing others that he has found a survivor, while Koa discovers the recorded messages from Nevine, offering a glimmer of familiarity and connection in their dire circumstances. As Mills and Koa watch Nevine's messages together, a heartbreaking truth is unveiled. Over the course of the first year of their travels, Nevine's illness worsened, leading to her hospitalization. Initially, her messages were filled with joy and pride for her father, but as time passed, they transformed into anger and disappointment, reflecting her sense of abandonment. Deeply affected by this revelation, Mills abruptly switches off the tapes and declares their departure. Equipped with the necessary supplies, Mills and Koa embark on a challenging trek through the wilderness, diligently maintaining silence to avoid attracting predators. The journey is arduous, but with each act of assistance and support, Mills and Koa gradually forge a stronger connection. One afternoon, Koa catches a glimpse of a red glow in the sky but keeps her observation to herself. As boredom sets in, Koa mischievously throws berries at Mills, unaware that they are poisonous. Annoyed, Mills employs his scanner to prove their toxicity and sternly warns Koa against meddling with them. However, their light-hearted exchange is disrupted when a large bug lands on Mills' neck, resulting in an unpleasant and sticky encounter. Attempting to rid himself of the substance, Mills tumbles and becomes entangled with a piece of bark, prompting laughter from Koa. Their playful moment is interrupted by a falling tree, drawing their attention to peculiar noises emanating from behind a ledge. Investigating further, they discover a small dinosaur trapped in the sticky substance. Koa's compassionate nature compels her to help the creature, despite Mills' concerns for their safety. Yielding to Koa's insistence, Mills assists in freeing the dinosaur, only for it to fall prey to a group of predators shortly after its release. Mills shields Koa from witnessing the gruesome scene, but her tears reveal the anguish of losing her newfound friend. Following the departure of the dinosaurs, Mills and Koa press on, pausing by a waterfall to replenish their water supply. Mills, concerned about his lingering stomach wound, finds solace in watching Koa, drawing strength from the memory of Nevine. Their spirits lifted, and Koa's playful nature emerges as she discovers beautiful flowers and persuades Mills to wear one in his hair. However, their moment of respite is short-lived as Mills' scanner loses track of the mountain's location. Determined to regain their bearings, Mills decides to climb a tree for a better vantage point and to rescan the area. In an unfortunate turn of events, a bug lands on Mills' hand, causing him to shake his arm and accidentally break the branch he's perched on. Falling to the ground, Mills dislocates his arm. Sensing danger, a group of dinosaurs begins to approach, drawn by the commotion. With urgency mounting, Mills and Koa work together to relocate Mills' arm, causing excruciating pain. As the dinosaurs draw nearer, Mills swiftly recovers, grabbing his gun to fend off the oncoming threat. Instructing Koa to run to safety, Mills uses small bombs to eliminate a portion of the dinosaurs. Engaged in a relentless battle, he continues to defend himself against the remaining assailants. Meanwhile, a swarm of flying dinosaurs descends upon Koa, prompting her to crawl and seek shelter behind a tree. However, the same creatures from earlier discover her hiding place, posing a dire threat. In a dramatic turn of events, Mills appears just in time, eliminating the attacking dinosaurs. Nevertheless, one predator remains concealed, suddenly ambushing Koa and dragging her away with its tail. Responding with swift action, Mills pursues the creature and scares it off with a gunshot, rescuing Koa from imminent danger. Faced with her fear and trauma, Koa is initially wary of Mills, prompting him to give her the space she needs. As darkness looms, Mills decides to employ a familiar method, whistling, to calm Koa, reminiscent of how he used to soothe Nevine. Remarkably, Koa responds with her family's distinctive whistling, signifying a newfound trust and the willingness to continue their journey together. After a long day of walking, Mills and Koa find shelter in a cave for the night. Mills sets up sensors to detect potential danger and, using his scanner, he finally notices the nearby meteorite. Not overly concerned due to its small size, Mills is interrupted by Koa, who reveals she brought one of Nevine's tapes with her. Despite his initial anger, Mills decides to play the tape, finding solace in the comforting presence of his daughter's voice. The weight of grief resurfaces as Mills tries to sleep, recalling the painful moment when Alya informed him of Nevine's passing in the hospital. Mills is abruptly awakened by the sensors warning of imminent danger. Checking on Koa, he discovers a bug has entered her mouth and quickly eliminates it. As the sensors continue to signal increasing danger, a massive dinosaur appears outside the cave. Mills engages in a fierce battle, shooting at the creature before he and Koa flee through a small hole at the rear of the cave. Unbeknownst to them, a smaller dinosaur follows their trail. Navigating treacherous terrain and narrow passageways, Mills and Koa are disheartened when they reach a dead end. Mills attempts to dig a way out but makes little progress before giving up. Distraught, Mills conveys to Koa that their family is no more. Fueled by determination and the word, family, Koa becomes furious and insists on continuing their escape attempts, despite the language barrier. With limited tools, Mills devises a risky plan, using bombs to widen a narrow hole enough for Koa to crawl through. Separated, Mills anxiously awaits contact, but the hole collapses, severing their connection. Meanwhile, the approaching dinosaur drives Mills back to the previous cave. Armed with his gun and scanner, Mills fights off the creature's attack, using a screeching sound from the scanner to gain the upper hand. With the dinosaur momentarily distracted, Mills retrieves his gun and ultimately defeats the beast in a desperate struggle for survival. As Mills struggles to escape the quicksand, Koa ventures alone into the forest. She discovers a massive bone and cleverly wraps it with poisonous berries and a leaf, fashioning it into a weapon before stowing it in her bag. Moments later, Mills emerges from the cave, realizing the impending cataclysmic event caused by a looming meteorite. He desperately searches for Koa and hears her scream as a dinosaur approaches. Koa takes refuge inside a tree trunk while Mills rushes to her aid but falls into a pit of quicksand, sinking helplessly. With a brave resolve, Koa waits for the dinosaur to enter the trunk before throwing bombs at it, ensuring her safety. She then frees Mills from the pit, and the two embrace, determined to confront the imminent danger together. With renewed determination, Mills explains the gravity of the meteorite situation to Koa, spurring them to push forward toward the base of the mountain. Koa ingeniously secures a rope, allowing Mills to climb after her. They finally locate the other half of the ship, and Mills eagerly activates the computer, confirming the imminent arrival of a rescue vessel. Koa sets off to find her family, only to discover the devastation of the cryotanks. Overwhelmed with grief and anger, she confronts Mills for the deception. Tearfully, Mills reveals the loss of his own daughter while on a job, emphasizing his commitment to preventing such a tragedy from recurring. As they embrace, Mills apologizes for his actions, seeking solace and forgiveness. As the smaller meteorite fragments rain down on Earth, Mills and Koa rush to enter the emergency pod. However, their escape is interrupted when a piece of meteorite strikes the ship, causing the pod to careen down the mountainside, rendering them unconscious. Koa awakens first, desperately attempting to launch the pod, only to discover it cannot launch in its current position. As Mills regains consciousness, a massive dinosaur attacks the pod, forcing Mills to retrieve the non-functional gun. Another dinosaur joins the assault, prompting Mills to take cover behind a piece of the ship and repair the gun configuration. Surrounded by relentless predators, Koa creates a hologram of Nevine using the scanner, successfully distracting the dinosaurs. Seizing the opportunity, Mills emerges from hiding, eliminating the first creature while the other pushes toward Koa. Undeterred, Mills confronts and defeats the second dinosaur, placing the pod in the proper launching position. However, the dinosaur from the cave returns, chasing Mills. With quick thinking, Mills leads the dinosaur to the geysers, using a blast of scalding water to minimal effect. In a heroic move, Koa stabs the creature in the eye with the prepared bone, causing it to succumb to its injuries. Returning to the pod, Mills and Koa successfully take off just before the meteorite strikes Earth, resulting in the extinction of the dinosaurs. As the autopilot guides them to the meeting point with the rescue vessel, Mills envisions reuniting with Nevine. Seeking solace, Koa holds Mills' hand, providing comfort during their journey home as the movie concludes.